Hello! As you requested, you want to know the story of Sefiros from the English branch of SCP. To truly understand this entity, you first need to realize that it is not just another powerful fictional character. Rather, it represents the absolute ceiling and what lies beyond the ceiling of any classification system or power level the human mind could ever conceive. When we ask what exactly Sefiros transcends, the answer is that it does not merely surpass ordinary infinities or even enormous mathematical hierarchies. It literally and absolutely transcends every and existential infinity imagined by the communities of Googology and power scaling, including concepts such as core affinity, epoch affinity, and similar ideas. All of these are nothing more than insignificant, childlike notions and effectively zero beneath its feet, because Sefiros exists beyond every language of logic, mathematics, and narrative itself. The story begins when we learn that Sefiros stands infinitely above entities of terrifying magnitude such as SCP-2747, the catastrophic being that managed to seal the Scarlet King. The Scarlet King himself destroyed the Tree of Knowledge, which contained all of creation and existence. In its awakened and fully conscious state, Sefiros exists beyond and outside every spatial dimension and every narrative layer. Its existence transcends all Platonic concepts, the abstract ideals regarded as the foundation of forms and essences throughout reality. This is because Sefiros is the supreme creator and originator of the entire SCP multiverse, with every universe timeline and detail contained within it. The entire SCP cosmology operates through pataphysics, meaning that its universes are not merely physical realities, but layered narratives and stories stacked upon one another. Sefiros can effortlessly influence everything physical, narrative, biological, and even the fundamental laws governing nature and reality itself. Within this cosmology, no universe can truly be compared to another because each possesses different Hume levels, which determine the degree and intensity of reality within that universe. As a result, these universes endlessly transcend one another through an infinite spiral of metaverses, with SCP describing an infinite number of such metaverses, each surpassing the one beneath it without end. Beyond this lies the extra multiverse, a cosmic domain incomprehensibly greater than the ordinary metaverse by countless magnitudes. Within this vast existence are complete mythological realms such as Asgard, Midgard, and Yggdrasil, the heart of the Tree of Life. Every passing moment beyond the multiverse continuously generates entirely new, infinite collections of multiverse. This occurs above the level of transfinite recursion, comparable to the axiom of replacement, which itself encompasses the entirety of mathematics and logic, both human and cosmic. Sefiros' power also reaches into the realm of inaccessible cardinals. Not merely one such cardinal, but an infinite tower of inaccessible cardinals. Even a single, inaccessible cardinal is considered fundamentally unreachable. Yet this entire terrifying mathematical hierarchy exists completely beneath the authority of Sefiros. Sefiros possesses infinite aspects, manifestations, and incarnations throughout every layer of existence, every layer of non-existence, and countless layers of transcendent reality. Realities that completely surpass any duality between existence and non-existence. Every manifestation appears differently depending on its location, era, and ontological layer, and every realm of existence, non-existence, or transcendence contains a unique manifestation belonging solely to within one of these layers of absolute non-existence appeared. The manifestation, later identified by humanity in the Foundation as SCP-343, this occurred when Sefiros, by its own absolute will, transferred its dominant presence from non-existence into existence, emerging from the void into reality while simultaneously retaining its ability to encompass both existence and non-existence at once. From this, it becomes clear that Sefiros stands above every conceivable concept. Furthermore, every one of its manifestations is connected to absolute infinity itself. Everything occurring within existence or beyond existence takes place according to its will. No being, object, or even the smallest particle exists outside its authority or dominion. Its shadow alone was enough to overwhelm all of the elder gods. Meanwhile, entities vastly weaker than such as SCP-2747 can erase narratives themselves. SCP-001 drove real-world authors and writers into madness in attempts to stop it. Even terrifying entities such as SCP-5500 and SCP-5999, capable of killing the real reader simply through their manifestation, remain existentially and narratively insignificant compared to with absolute ease and no effort whatsoever. Sefiros banished and exiled SCP-3812 The reason for this overwhelming superiority is that Sefiros is the creator of everything within the SCP universe through the Qliphoth. Even the discarded remnants of the Qliphoth, a vastly weakened fragment, were sufficient to destroy all creation and existence. The Qliphoth itself created the worm, a being that exists far beyond SCP-3812. Consequently, Sefiros stands incomparably above SCP-3812, not only because it created the Qliphoth that produced the worm, but because Sefiros later defeated the worm effortlessly, destroyed creation itself, and simultaneously paralyzed the will and movement of the Qliphoth. Sefiros is also the true creator of the Tree of Knowledge, the structure that supports and anchors all existence. Returning to the very beginning of cosmological history, Sefiros was the first point of light to appear at the dawn of all existence. It existed as an immaterial, bodiless entity moving freely throughout the primordial void. It perceived and understood every pattern and every form, possessing complete awareness of existence itself. Yet despite this perfect knowledge, Sefiros experienced profound loneliness, sorrow, and emptiness. Eventually, it encountered the Qliphoth, an enormous mass of black matter devoid of thought, emotion, life, and even death. When the radiant essence of Sefiros united with the dark substance of the Qliphoth, consciousness was born. Distinction and harmony came into being, and from this union, all creation emerged. Sefiros came to embody wisdom, knowledge, and consciousness, while the Qliphoth embodied matter and spatial extension. Under Sefiros' direct guidance, creation gradually unfolded as light separated from darkness, matter from energy, spirit from emotion, atoms from quarks, stars, planets, life, and death. When existence eventually weakened, corruption emerged from the remnants of the Qliphoth, giants began to fracture, the Shadim suffered, humanity became mentally and physically divided, and the light of the angels slowly faded. Witnessing the collapse of the creation it loved, Sefiros was devastated. Determined to intervene personally, Sefiros taught humanity and the giants divine wisdom and righteousness across 114 generations, in the hope that they could resist the chaos born from the Qliphoth. When the first war began, it was not glorious, but an unimaginable massacre. Ultimately, only the three-toothed worm remained undefeated, surpassing every weapon and every cosmic force. When the worm consumed humanity and experienced happiness for the first time in its existence, Sefiros seized that opportunity. Extending its fingers from within the worm, it tore apart and destroyed all creation, immobilized the Qliphoth, and fundamentally altered its nature, granting it thought, emotion, and hatred. This victory came at a terrible cost. Sefiros lost a precious part of itself and sank into immeasurable sorrow. It attempted to recreate existence a second and third time, yet both attempts failed. Eventually, it buried the entrails and remnants of the Qliphoth within absolute nothingness. From the tears Sefiros shed in grief grew the new Tree of Knowledge, which came to contain every world, universe, and reality. Today, Sefiros watches over all existence from above as a purely divine light. It created the 7 archangels within the ancient creation. To defend and protect reality, it forever remains at the absolute summit, standing far above entities such as SCP-3812, because it destroyed creation itself, effortlessly defeated the colossal worm, neutralized the Qliphoth, and created the Tree of Knowledge, containing all existence and every possible end, impossible infinity. Yet despite all of this, the Qliphoth still exists, consumed by boundless hatred. As a result, the conflict between Sefiros and the Qliphoth is eternal and without end. Nevertheless, Sefiros remains the supreme entity, the first creator, the ultimate protector, and the destroyer of all things without rival.